Hi guys, today we're going to start by reviewing Unit 4. So in this one we graphed lines, we did systems of equations, and we graphed inequalities. So for graphing linear functions, the first thing you want to remember is that the line's in the form of y equals mx plus b, m equals slope, b equals y-intercept. I have on here the steps for typing into the calculator. So step 1, get your equation in y equals mx plus b form, type it into y1, hit second graph. If you can fit 3 values from the table on, you should do it. Graph the line and then label the equation with the original formula and put arrows on the graph. So for this equation, the slope is equal to 3. The y-intercept is -8, excuse me. If you typed it into your graphing calculator, you can get a few values. So if we think about it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, -8. Up, so we have 0, -8. We would have 1, -5. We would have 2, -2. Or we move 1 to up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. Please use your graphing calculator if you are not good at doing this. So some people keep doing this method, but then they don't have the right y-intercept. So it's not the best plan. The slope is positive, so we make sure the slope is positive. Please put your line right on the graph. We'll label this y equals 3x minus 8. For the next one, the first thing we want to do is get it into y equals mx plus b form. So I'm going to add 3x to the other side. So I have 2y equals 3x minus 12. I divide by 2. I have y equals 3 over 2x minus 6. So our slope is 3/2. Our y-intercept is -6. Again, type it into your calculator. I'm going up 1, 2, 3, over 2, up 1, 2, 3. Grab the ruler. Again, our slope is positive. The graph should be going uphill. Label with the original equation. So 2y minus 3x equals -12. If you used table values, you would have possibly, I would go with 0, -6. I would go with 2, -3. I would go with 4, 0, etc. So that's your review of graphing lines. Then we did a graphing linear inequalities. So again, you have to solve for y. You want to graph using the slope-intercept form, solid or dashed. So solid is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to is solid. Dashed is less than or greater than. Greater than or equal to or greater than is shade above. Less than or equal to or less than is shade below. So solid, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or greater than. For dotted, greater than or equal to is shade above. So we're shading either on that side or on that side. Less than, shade below. So one of those two sides, depending on the slope. 2x minus 3y is greater than 9. Subtract the 2x. -3y is greater than -2x plus 9. When we divide by the -3, we need to make sure we flip our inequality sign because we divided by a negative. 2 over 3x minus 3. So I'm going to graph these points, type it into your calculator, get a few x and y values. So I have 0, -3. I would have -3. I would have 3. maybe even 6. So at 6, I have 1. At 3, I have -1. At -3, I have -5. So solid or dotted. So this is going to be dashed. Shade below. If the shade below doesn't make sense, remember we can check 0, 0 if the line's not on it. If it's true, so I'm going to go back to the original. Is 0 greater, so 2 times 0 minus 3 times 0 is greater than 9. Is 0 greater than 9? False. So we don't cover 0, 0. So we have a dashed on this line. So we're just going to go dashed, shade below. Label with the original, 2x minus 3y is greater than 9. Very nice. So that was unit 4. Then we'll do unit 5, systems of equations. So first you want to get, if we're doing this first method is graphically, so we want to get them both into y equals mx plus b form. So 2y plus 4 equals x. I need to subtract 4. 2y equals x minus 4 and divide by 2. Y equals 1/2 x. Be careful to keep that 2 on the bottom. So I begin at -2 up 1 over 2, or please type it into your calculator. I like to put a bunch of points on, graph this line. Label it, 2y plus 4 equals x. I like to switch colors when I'm doing this. So now I have 2y equals -4x plus 6. I have to divide by 2. Y equals -2x plus 3. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Please type it in your graphing calculator if you're not good at slope-intercept. No shame in using the calculator, that's why we have them. 2y equals -4x plus 6. We labeled both. A lot of people leave their answer like this. Make sure you label the solution. What's the answer to this? So such a big deal. Make sure you label the solution. No point in doing all that awesome work and then not saying the answer. So the solution is the intersection point. So they intersect at 2, -1. Check it back into the original. 2 times -1 is -2, plus 4 is 2. That one works. 2 times -1 is -2. -4 times 2 is -8, plus 6 is -2. They're both going to check. That was graphically. All right, so the next way we learned was substitution. So get the easiest variable alone. So I might choose to get this x alone. So I'm going to subtract 2y, subtract 2y. So x equals 8 minus 2y. I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it in right here. So -2 parenthesis 8 minus 2y plus y equals -1. -16 plus 4y plus y equals -1. I'm going to solve for y. Add 16 to each side. 5y equals 15, y equals 3. Then I'm going to plug back in to either original. So x plus 2 times 3 equals 8, x plus 6 equals 8, x equals 2. Then I check into the other original equation. Negative 2 times 2 plus 3 equals negative 1. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1, so it works. The second way we learned was with the addition or the elimination method. So when we do that, we first want to get both equations in the form of ax plus by equals c. Stack them, choose a variable to eliminate. We want the coefficients to be opposites. So if I'm looking at this one, I find it easiest to eliminate x by multiplying by 2. So I get 2x plus 6y equals 8. Remember to distribute the 2 to all 3 pieces. That's the most common mistake. Stack it, and then we add. So we get 7y equals 14. Divide by 7, y equals 2. Plug in to either original. So x plus 3 times 2 equals 4. X equals negative 2. And then we check into the other equation. Negative 2 times negative 2 plus 2 equals 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 6 equals 6. Nice job. And then the last one we're going to skip because we're not doing it because we don't have a Regents. And it never goes that well. So yay for no Regents. Well, we'll skip that topic. So these are your review notes for chapters 4 and 5. Thank you and have a great day.